The Temporary Podcast is funded entirely by its fans. Want to help out? While listening to the show today, click our Amazon shopping link in the show notes and buy yourself something nice. You deserve it. Your purchases will help fund the show.
Yep. Let's just cough right at the intro. I think that sounds. These are free podcasts. Hey everybody, what's going on? Today on the Temporary Podcast, we have a follow-up on CISPA, tons of Nintendo news, and also they're like really, the new. We have like some technology on today.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty wacky stuff.
Oh yeah.
And turn your phone on silent, you boy.
Nope.
That's all today on the Temporary Podcast.
Welcome to the podcast, everyone. It's good to see you again.
Yes, indeed.
My name's Alex.
I'm MC, and we have couches.
Oh yes, they are very nice.
Yeah, if you're watching the video version, you're like, holy smokes.
We are relaxed.
The camera angle is kind of weird. We can't figure out a good one. So.
Yeah, we're just kind of experimenting this week.
So, things are good. How have you been, like, this week?
I recently have developed, I think, a cold or some sort of weird new allergies. Cause
I've developed an allergy.
I don't know. It started last night.
Can you develop allergies?
I guess I've never been allergic to anything before in my life, and like I don't know if it was just like last night, just all of a sudden, like I woke up this morning. I was just
last
like,
night?
Yeah.
Okay, I was worried because like it seemed like you started to like start coughing and stuff after I sprayed my Febreze.
Oh no! I've been like this all day.
I was like, because we got these couches from our friends Andy and Liz from the Zeldathon team.
Yep.
And as per, it's not because it's them. It's because I'm me. I went on a Febreze spree.
He does that from time to time.
I don't know. I like my clean linen smell on everything.
Everything is clean linens. Everything is clean linens.
I'm kind of like the cleanest marking animal. Instead of spraying things, I just walk around with a can of Febreze.
Febreze the homeless.
Febreze though. Oh, I would never do. Maybe no.
I would never. Maybe.
We're not starting that crap. If you're on the video version, please notice our graph.
Yes, it's glorious.
The doctor's on it.
Fez.
Bow
tie.
The coupe. All right. So we got some news. So first of all, follow up on CISPA. We were talking all about that and how it passed in the House. Well, the Senate basically it wasn't like stop. They didn't say no to it. They said we don't care. So it's kind of like so low on their priority list. It's like we might see it this year.
Booyah!
Maybe.
Booyah!
Booyah!
Oh man. Looks like we got a lot of Nintendo news too.
Oh, we got all sorts of Nintendo news. Right. So, the big one, Nintendo is skipping doing a big E3 conference. Now, we make a big deal of E3 here in our house.
Always, like the last time we had a stream, like us. Our reactions.
2 times.
Yeah, our reactions to the stream. Like, we didn't actually stream it. We restreamed our reactions, and you would have to watch both at the same time, which I'd imagine is difficult for some people with slower internet connections, but
it was still good.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
we had a lot of people.
We had a lot of viewers, we had a great time. Like, remember watching The Last of Us playthrough, and just several times I was just and just my reaction afterward was just like, I want to go to there.
I mean, all of our reactions during past E3s, like basically, let me summarize. Sony is, Microsoft is, Ubisoft is, you should see the waveform right now. It's just kind of like, looked like some sort of thimble, or a spin top.
A turnip. A turnip. Our waveform is now turnips.
Look again. Your turnips are now diamonds.
Yes. I can't eat diamonds though. I like turnip. I don't think I've ever eaten a turnip before.
Really?
Honestly, I can't say I've ever had a turnip.
I haven't either. Like, we gotta go get ourselves some turnips.
I don't know if I would like it though. I feel like it would be like kind of like cabbage. Not cabbage, but like.
I think it would be like a beet.
Yeah.
I like beets.
They might be in the same family.
Like, do you like pickled eggs?
No. Well, I've never tried them, but I can't imagine I would. They don't sound amusing.
Oh yeah, because you don't like vinegar.
Not a huge vinegar.
I'm like vinegar. It's basically.
Come at me, bro.
Let's just take this egg. Like I can't imagine the idea of this. Like, all right, so we have egg, a jar of beets, and vinegar.
Let's let them sit for a year.
Let's put them in a thing and not touch them.
Well, like,
and then maybe we'll eat them.
Have you ever heard of kimchi?
What?
Kimchi. It's a Korean delicacy.
What are we talking about? But go ahead. Yes.
It's like sauerkraut, but they let it ferment for like a year underground in a jar.
Oh.
It's like the nastiest smelling stuff in the world. And apparently, it's good.
Maybe,
but that's my like
the delicacies over in the Philippines. We saw on Survivor. They were eating brains and all that.
Pig brains. Well, she took a bite. She's like, I forgot I don't eat pork. GG.
Now we're on Survivor E3. Okay.
We get sidetracked a lot.
Well, this is good. This is conversation. It's humor. Quality internet video.
My nose.
My nose.
My nose gives me super strength.
But, so the big thing with E3, what Nintendo has basically said, is they're not going to do a big conference. Instead, what we're going to...
So they're still going to have a conference?
They're going to be doing, instead of doing one big conference merging anything, I'm reading this off of Reddit, on the Wii U subreddit, there will be 3 conferences. One for investors.
Yeah.
One for sales figures.
Yeah.
Wait, one for investors that is about sales figures.
Uh-huh.
One for developers, and then one for the media.
Oh, okay.
For all the games to be shown. So, like...
So still is going to be a presentation for the media. It's just not going to be huge.
We'll get some prior live stream of Nintendo. It's going to be like some sort of small conference. Basically, they're still going to bring announcements. I mean... Right. Nintendo has never not brought a surprise to E3.
Show me the games. Show me the games.
I guarantee you this E3 we're going to see the Wind Waker HD, which I'm super hyped about.
I might actually play it.
I mean, we're going to finally get to see this game in action. So far we've seen like a couple, like 10 screenshots, not even that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, I bet it looks and feels beautiful, but I'm not sure.
Maybe. OP will surely deliver.
I mean... And about E3 overall, I'm excited to see, because both Microsoft and Sony will have had their consoles announced at that point.
Right.
Because Microsoft's having theirs on May 14th?
So May 4th or 4th? I know there's 4.
Are you sure it's 4th?
It's either May 4th or 14th. I remember
no, it's not the 4th.
Are you sure?
It's at least inside the mid to later in the month. It's like 16th or 18th. It's something like that.
For some reason, a 4 sticking.
It's definitely an even number.
There we go. We'll go with that. It's an even number in May.
Go watch it. Eventually.
You have like 16 choices.
He said to alternate every day. Well,
maybe no.
The temporary podcast guys never told me, so I can't Google it.
Google.
Google's not my friend. But do you have any other E3 memories that you'd like to share with us?
I remember watching when they first announced the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
Not this past E3, but the E3 before that. Like, just watching, like, the graphics kind of test.
Oh, yeah, the bird.
The bird. And, like, I was literally trying not to cry watching that.
You were like, it's happening.
So many...
It's finally happening.
So many feels. Like the same thing at the Zelda Symphony Orchestra. Or the Symphony of the Goddess.
Symphony of the Goddesses.
Yeah. It's Goddesses. Sorry. It was just nothing but feels. Just streaming down my face. The people sitting beside me thought I was crazy, but...
I mean, I got a little teary at a few moments inside it.
Yeah.
The Wind Waker, there was like one moment. The Wind Waker thing actually underwhelmed me, which was unfortunate.
The Wind Waker Suite.
Yeah, because I mean it's really weird because I love The Wind Waker to death, and it was like really good. It was really fantastic. But I think that their their arrangement of Twilight Princess was more powerful than me.
Yeah.
Even if I rate Twilight Princess a much lesser game than The Wind Waker, it's still good. But you know,
I love the art style of Twilight Princess, in my opinion.
The art style is good. I don't think the presentation of it's fantastic.
Does
that make sense?
Yeah, I've only played about half an hour of it, so I can't really judge. And I haven't played Wind Waker at all, but I've seen you play it like 100 times.
Yeah.
So, but it still drives me crazy how they were teasing me. Like, I felt like they were teasing me the whole time. Because after they get done with the suite, they'd play like 6 or 7 just like bars of a Majora's Mask song, and then stop.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, oh, this is it. And then it would just stop, and I'd be like, oh. And then the last...
what's her name? Amia Nor, or whatever her name is, up there with her wand. She turns around with a troll face. Like.
And the last 2 encores they played, the last 2 suites were the Gerudo Valley theme, which is my favorite Zelda song of all time, and then the Majora's Mask suite.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, I hate you so much,
and
but
they
I
double
love
teamed
you.
And you couldn't stand
I
it.
know, it was too much. I ran out of tissues.
So about E3.
Yeah. So back to E3. Yeah, just dealing with when the Wii U first was announced, you know, all the graphics demos, like the Zelda, like Link fighting that big spider thing.
The Armagoma, yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. Okay. I thought that was a new game, but sadly it's not.
Oh, no. They would never.
And just like little announcements like that, but and hearing like the new Need for Speed Most Wanted that has already come out. I've yet to play. I want to get so bad because I've been playing the old version on the PS2.
Or it's on the Wii U even.
Wii U and PS3, yeah.
Ooh.
I have to get it or rent it or something. We have like a movie store just down the road that rents Wii U games.
I know, we're just
lazy. Be much cheaper than buying it, but yeah, stuff like that. Like
maybe we should get to GameFly where they can send the games directly to us.
We should.
That costs money. Never mind. I hate that idea.
Well, it's gonna cost us money either way.
I hate apples. Now, so moving on to news. I'm sorry.
Fish fingers and
custard.
Fish fingers and custard.
Yeah. So, so a recent inside their financial year. First of all, a sub note. They lost money.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of a given.
Yeah, Nintendo had a rough year with.
I think it's mostly due to the Wii U not having that much content.
The Wii U's not selling. Nobody knows it exists.
Right, because
I mean, the consumers don't know what the crap a Wii U is. I mean, we do because we're sitting here in front of a microphone talking about it.
And we're gamers and.
But I mean,
geek culture.
If you like last Christmas, people did not go to their parents and say, "I want a Wii U." I mean, there may have been a couple. You know, there's not kids who do that, but I mean. It wasn't as wide known. Like more, like you said, more Wii's sold than Wii U's.
In the past, I think 3 or 4 months, the Wii has outsold the Wii U. The Wii is still selling strongly, which is insane. I mean,
the Wii U is expensive right now. And
there's not a lot of content.
There's not a lot of content on it. Like, I mean, there's new Super Mario. We already talked about this.
Yeah. I mean, like, once the content starts coming out, like, they have a bunch of releases coming out. Once that starts coming out, I'm projecting that their figures are going to rise. They're going to notice more sales.
By the end of this year?
Definitely by the end of this year.
Okay.
It may be towards the holiday season, but they're going to see an increase in sales.
I really hope it does. And I think that do you think they need a price drop yet?
Maybe not yet. I'd probably wait till the holiday season. You know, maybe drop like $50 or something like that.
Like a brand new, all new price for Black Friday.
Yes.
And that would be like parents would be like, well, they have been bugging me for the past year about the system.
And plus, there's all these games that they want for it.
Yeah, it's we apparently there's the Wind Waker on it. I hear that's a fantastic game. I have no idea what it is, but I want it. That guy on the internet inside the orange coat told me. I'm not even wearing my coat. It's over there. But...
No, it's on the chair. But yeah, like, it depends on how the next few months goes. You know, the new release is coming out. The holiday season's coming up in the next few months. Like 6 months. I keep forgetting what month it is. May.
It's April still.
Okay.
It's still April there, bro.
Okay. It feels like it's like September.
It does.
Because the stupid season in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we don't have seasons. We just kind of have like transitional periods and BAM!
Yeah, we're like 1 or 2 days where it's like 70 degrees, and then like the next 3 days we get snow.
Exactly.
It's like, make up your mind. I'm glad I bought my pea coat when I did.
But Mother Nature's like, they're pulling a temporary podcast on it. It's like, guess what? It's summer. Maybe.
Nope.
Maybe. Screw you too, Mother Nature.
Oh, man.
So inside this data that they released, apparently 80% of Wii U's are now online.
Sweet.
Like for 80% of all sales are connected to the internet.
Right.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Apparently, like 89% of 3DS have been connected. So that's even better.
Yeah.
That's a huge install base being able to be connected to the internet. It shows how spread the internet is these days.
Right.
But there's still 20%. So going back to our friend Mark Ryan, was it Mark Ryan?
I think it was Mark.
Yeah.
Talking about
what's the other guy's name?
I don't even remember.
No. Adam Orth. That's it.
Yeah,
Adam Orth.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see our
I have to look for
cards.
The cards. Yeah.
But no, Adam Orth. Yeah. 80% is a big number, but 20% is also a big number.
Yeah.
A number of that's a huge sale cut.
Oh yeah.
Like if you just said, all right, well, 20% of our consumers aren't going to be able to play the system. That's enough reason to prevent it. In my opinion.
Well, they said, I'm reading the article now that Europe is just at 57% of voters connecting.
Oh, okay.
So just over half of Europe, but 87% of Japan and 83% in the U.S. So that kind of balances out to about 80% overall.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I was averaging.
Oh no, that's fine.
So I don't know. My Wii U is online. We're gonna have a second Wii U in the house pretty soon, and it's gonna be connected to. We got a 3DS. Actually, it died. I haven't charged it. Oops.
We have 2 3DSs in the house.
We have 2 3DSs. We
might have 3. Does he?
How many? No. Oh yeah, I think he does have one. So we have 3 3DSs inside the house and
2 Wii U's.
Well, we'll see. He has a Wii. I have 2 Wiis. Mike has a Wii. That's gonna be
4 Wiis.
We're gonna have 4 Wiis. 2 GameCubes, 2 Wii U's, 3 3DSs.
I have a GameCube in my room.
Make that 3 GameCubes.
I have a silver or a platinum one.
Oh yeah, I have platinum and I have a purple. The purple I put inside the closet. I ran out of room.
I had a yellow one. I thought you had a yellow one.
I don't have a yellow one.
No, you don't? Okay.
That'd be cool. I want an orange one, actually. The orange one I was only in Japan. Triax got himself one of those.
Damn.
Anyway, moving on. So, we have some structural change at Nintendo as well.
Yeah. I was reading that Iwata is it Iwata?
Yeah, Iwata.
Yeah. Iwata is the CEO of Nintendo of America now.
So basically, we had the 2 positions.
What happened to Reggie?
He's still the president and COO. He's always been that.
Oh, the COO. Okay.
There's actually been another Japanese dude as CEO of America for quite some time now. We don't hear his name at all. So by Satoru Iwata, president of Worldwide Nintendo, also being the president of Nintendo of America, or the CEO, that means that Reggie's going to be reporting to Iwata directly rather than through this middleman, basically.
Which is good. Which
is good for bringing more games here. It's better for making the Wii U a worldwide thing.
Yeah.
And their consoles, which is good. Like, they're doing a worldwide release of Pokemon for the first time ever, like, all on the same day for Pokemon XY.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, it's the first time in Pokemon history that they've had the games launched concurrently on the same day. Yeah. Like back when Blue and Green or was it Red and Green and then Blue and Red here in America. They had Green over there.
Fine, we'll get Blue. Blue's better than Green.
But there was like a whole year difference between that back then. Oh, really? Yeah. So, but that was before they knew Pokemon was going to be so cool.
Big thing. Yeah.
And so now we're finally at the point where they're going to be launching concurrently. Apparently, right now, I think it's set that A Link to the Past 2, which, did we talk about that? Yeah, we did talk about that last week.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Apparently, that one's still going to have, like, time between them. I hope we can get more Nintendo getting, like, concurrent releases worldwide. Yeah. For some reason, Nintendo America's actually been getting it before everybody else. Really? We got the Wii U first, then Europe, then Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
Normally it goes Japan, America, Europe.
82% sure.
Does it usually go Japan, America, Europe?
Yeah, pretty much.
America, Europe, Japan.
I know, things are all backwards.
That's weird. Why do we get it first when it's...
We're America.
America.
So now Iwata's going to be talking to Reggie directly more often, and Bill Trinnan's still going to be missing forever.
Isn't he still in Japan?
I sent him to Japan for a while.
Yeah. Talking up his Japanese skills.
Oh, I gotta find that video, even if I play it here. Let's see. Reggie, Bill... Hey, shut up, NG. Okay, hold on.
Maybe consider Art Academy lessons for everyone for Nintendo 3DS. They could probably use a little practice. I was going to have Bill Trinan introduce this, but he's been so busy talking up his Japanese skills that I decided he must want to spend more time in Japan. So that's where I've sent him. It'll be a while before he comes back.
That's creepy and almost evil, and I love it.
If you guys couldn't hear that on the audio version, I'll put a link to that video right now inside the show notes. It was good. So what else do we have here?
We have Steam has implemented a subscription plan.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, mostly dealing with a new MMO coming out, Darkfall on Holy Wars.
So they're going to be able to charge you not just one-time deals, but
continuous subscriptions for
still every month.
Yeah, like an MMO or an MMO.
Yeah,
I can't really think of another
StarCraft season pass. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I don't know what they.
I've never played StarCraft. So.
Me neither.
Neither. But yeah, it's mainly made for MMOs, like your basic World of Warcraft, Warhammer, EverQuest, that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of free versions. Like there's EverQuest 2 on Steam, which I played for a long time, and now it's free to play.
Mm-hmm. But
they might probably implement the subscription plan into the free to play. If you want to subscribe, you can.
Mm-hmm. And
probably through this way, the launch title is Darkfall on Holy Wars, and I remember me and my dad follow a lot of MMOs. We hear when they're coming out. We watch them as they're growing.
Right.
Wait to get into betas and everything. And I remember seeing something about Darkfall about maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I don't know if it ever released, but. For what I've seen from the screenshots, it looks a lot like what we were watching in the development. So I don't know if this is just a revamp. Like it said, it was greenlighted back in September. November. Yeah. And it's also a sandbox, which is, no classes, no abilities. It's all just kind of like a big jumble, and you pick and choose what you want. There's no levels, no classes.
Oh, wow.
It's just a big pool of abilities that you pull together.
Kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
You put together your deck and you go.
Well, in a sense, yeah. But, I remember seeing that, and we were just fascinated with the game because, most MMOs, you die, you can resurrect, and you have all your items and everything. Mm. In this game, you die, you lose, everything.
That's pretty...
Your mount that you're on, your mount is still standing there. Somebody can get on it and, charge in battle. They can loot your armor off your body.
Oh my gosh.
Which I think is, pretty revolutionary.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I don't know, an action, fast-paced game mixed with an MMO.
Well, excuse me. If they don't have, levels and stuff, how does that prevent... a new player, if new BMC gamer goes on and you are top tier Alex, what prevents you from just coming over and ganking me as I'm getting my starting gear?
Nothing really.
Well, I don't want to play that then.
I mean, there's probably zoning. I don't know if restrictions, but there'll probably be just safeguards up. Guards around or something. It's honestly different for everything. Way back when Star Wars Galaxies, before it was taken over by Sony Online Entertainment, was a pure sandbox. There were no classes. Well, there were classes, but you got to specialize in a bunch of abilities like a sniper, a ranger, droid builder, whatever. And that was a pure sandbox. To be able to get a Jedi you had to do a certain like a number of abilities and class specializations in a certain order, and it was really hard to do. A lot of people, like most people, didn't know how to do it. So like, you know, somebody would be like, come over like in a chat, general chat, like there's a Jedi in this, you know, or a Sith in this this hangar, you know, let's go kill him. And there'd be like 80 people on this one Jedi, and nobody would be able to kill him because they're so strong. And then now, like, I don't know if the Sony Online version is still up, but they've just completely ruined the game, like, in my opinion. I mean, it's still a good game, but it's not what it was. Like, you could start as a Jedi, and they're really weak and just pointless. Fun fact, there is a server. People are going back to the old Star Wars Galaxies. There's one server up, and they've been working constantly going back to the original source code and rebuilding the game as it was. Because so many people miss it.
Do you know what the project's called for those who might want to?
I have no idea. I'll have to ask my dad because he plays on the server every now and then. Everything's not up and running. They've got most of the classes working. They're still working. I mean, they've been working on this for years, so I'll probably have it for next week.
All right. Make a mental note.
Yeah, definitely.
You're gonna make a real note, aren't you?
No.
I see your cursor going down the Google Doc. It's like
scrolling down, man. I'm just scrolling down.
It's like it's raining cursors up in this.
What else do we have here?
So Tetris apparently is able to fix lazy eye, which the technical name is adult amblyopia. Amblyopia. Amblyopia.
Yeah, amblyopia.
Cornucopia.
Close enough. A lazy eye.
Yeah, so
there's a big fancy name, but we don't feel like pronouncing it.
So usually, like, what do they have to do? Like use eye patches?
Yeah,
and,
like an eye patch over the good eye, and letting the bad eye adjust and work the bad eye to strengthen it.
Right. And
everything. But with the Tetris, what they're able to do is they actually did a test, from what I understand, with two different control groups. One, they had the special, like, glasses or goggles, whatever, that, like, one eye was able to see, the good eye was able to see the falling bricks, while the bad eye was only able to see the bricks that are already there. So it forced your eyes to work together, and they said after, like, how many days? It was like 18 patients. It was just like within like 2 weeks, they increased their depth perception and just dramatic improvement with the vision of the person. And then they did another control where they had just the weak eye was the only one playing Tetris. And the other one was just blocked off, I think, or just what they were both working on the same thing. Like they were just basically playing on a TV. And you know, they saw a mild improvement, and then they went back to this dioptic test, and they improved dramatically, like almost right away.
That's really crazy. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, by the time it could work if you just grab yourself your Game Boy. That could help, but it's going to be more effective if you go to a lab and say, "Give me some Google Glass." And
Google Glass.
Can I get a prescription for Google Glass to fix my lazy eye?
I wonder if my insurance will cover that. I do have good insurance.
I don't think it's that good.
I don't know. If I don't get glasses for the next 20 years, maybe.
Yeah. Can I get these glasses? Well, we do cover 1 pair of glasses per year. All right. These are prescription, technically.
Maybe.
They just kind of have, you know, a computer attached to it.
Oh, maybe. So, speaking of Tetris, apparently there's a gentleman at Drexel, or Dr. Frank Lee at Drexel University has been...
Dr. Frank Lee, you kind of blended his name.
Dr. Frank Lee at Drexel University has been working on building a video game on a building.
Yeah, was it in Philadelphia? It's Drexel?
Yeah, it was, I forget what the building is.
It's not extremely important.
Yeah.
It has, like, LED lights.
Yeah.
Like, at the corners of the windows,
yeah,
basically.
It's like a 28 by, like, 28 of LEDs.
Right.
And, like, you could play Centipede and Pong and Tetris.
Centipede, you mean snake?
Snake, whatever. Same thing.
I don't think so.
I actually saw in the video they were playing Space Invaders. Which I think is awesome. Like, he said, you know, you're sitting there with an arcade controller, and then half a mile away on a building is the game you're playing.
Yeah.
It is a huge work in process. He's been working on it for like 4 years now.
Because his mission was like to create the biggest video game ever.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know why they... I mean, how do you think it'd be that expensive to, like, create a giant, like... I mean, I don't know how expensive it would be. Like, it seems like it would be a lot less expensive to just get some wood.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of wood.
I was going to say, this is like a 380-foot building, man.
Exactly. Get enough wood to make one wall, and then just attach some light bulbs at increments. You know?
That would be easy, but that kind of defeats the purpose. This is just a building, like an office building, or I don't know what exactly they used the building for, but
my only problem is, Mr. Dr. Frankly, I admire your work, but what's the point?
Because he can.
I mean...
Because Drexel University.
Yeah, Drexel University, it's like...
Isn't it one of those online?
I don't know. But here's Dr. Frank Lee, who got tired of teaching his students. Is like, I'm going to make a video game on a building.
Because I can.
Other universities are solving cancer.
Yeah.
And he's just like...
Curing cancer and AIDS.
Pong. I made Pong. I'm sorry, Mr. Lee, but...
that was already done.
in 1976 or something.
Yeah.
Well, darn. It took me 4 years to make that building make Pong. I love you, Dr. Frankly. Please don't hurt me.
It's a really cool, it's a really cool idea. I like, I think it'd be awesome, if we go to Philly, I want to try it out if you can.
Well, you want to buy yourself a $20 ticket to the Zelda Symphony?
Yes.
Okay, then.
We're going.
Well, you need to buy it.
Well, yeah.
It's out.
Okay. I have the money now.
Well, okay. As a newsflash for everybody out there, there's going to be a Symphony of the Goddesses Part 2, the second season that I was talking about at the time. It's the official name. It is The Legend of Zelda Symphony of the Goddesses Second Quest.
Ha!
I'll let you have a second quest. You're the best. But yeah, I've already got a ticket.
Yeah, I heard you talking to your mom about that, actually.
Yeah, shout outs to Ankaes, I don't know how to say your username, who's apparently going, and got me an orchestra seat.
What?
Orchestra center. Does that make you a little jelly?
I do. Because if I get a ticket, I'm not going to be sitting anywhere near you.
Well, yeah, that's the plan. Everybody else is buying cheapo tickets. And they're all going to go sit out on the lawn, and I'll be like...
Sit on the lawn?
That's what the $20 ticket is.
Oh, man. I want to sit where we sat last time. That was like the perfect spot.
I don't know.
How much were those?
Like, well, with tax and everything, it's like $60.
Oh, I don't have 60. I have like $50 in my bank account right now.
But let's focus on getting a lawn seat.
I could deal with a lawn seat.
Yeah, I mean, you can always...
It'll still be gorgeous, and I'll still cry like a baby. A hungry, angry baby.
A what?
A hungry, angry baby.
Okay. So some other news for you.
Yeah.
You want to show us one since you found this article?
Still going along with kind of video games and
tech.
That whole tech. A new water simulation has now has been completed. Like this, it's using a physics SDK and position-based dynamics. Basically, it's smart particles. I don't really understand what it's saying.
Basically, they made
water out of particles, and it's amazing.
And
it's
looks
really
like
fluid.
Water.
And
I saw it.
Yeah.
There's a link inside the show notes. It's
just watch the video, you understand. It really shows how far animation and quote unquote smart simulations have come.
Mm-hmm.
It's the particle simulation for the PS4.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive. Just
right.
the physics of the balls.
Like just dropping a million things.
And the physics of every single one of them.
Right. Happening all at once.
Exactly.
Running in real time on a system.
Uh-huh. And then this is basically the same concept, only it's water flowing.
It's real.
Yeah, it was like water pouring into a container that had like a statue or something in it, and it was flowing around it. And there was another part where the wall was moving, creating waves, and the water just reacting to it and blending. And the cool thing is the whole demo is run on a single GTX 580. which is really impressive.
That's the card I have on my computer right now.
Exactly. I mean, it's a higher end card, but still,
it can do it.
Exactly, and that kind of leads me to the question: would the PS4 be able to run something like this?
I don't have an idea.
That's kind of the question that's been on my mind. I mean, I know there's going to be a lot more than just flowing water going on in the game. Unless you're surfing, like,
or if it's the Wind Waker. But, like it really shows how far we've come, like with water inside video games. Like Super Mario World. You know how they basically just had like a little pick like blocks were like this, like across the screen, like just like moving across.
It was like a piece of like construction paper that was just moving
basically
side to side.
That's basically what water simulation was back in the day. And then like we went on to N64 where you jump into the water and stuff and it would go splish. And then you went into like the Wind Waker. And you have, when your boat jumps and like it has like the water like turning around your boat. And apparently inside the like Assassin's Creeds, there's been some really good looking water. But now we're at the point where
we can pretty much replicate water.
I was looking at this and if you went back to Super Mario World, for example, you could say does not look like real water. That's obviously we can improve this. When you saw the Wind Waker water, we can improve this. In the
you get to this point and you're just kind of like, crap, now what do we do?
How do we improve this water? It seems pretty hard. Because it is as fluid as it goes, man.
And another thing I want to put up is, if you look back on other generations of gaming, fire is another big thing. Like, I could generally tell by the graphics quality of a game just by looking for fire, like a torch or a campfire or something. I generally judge just based on fires.
Welcome to Alex's review process. Step 1, look at fire. Step 2,
it's good. But yeah, I mean, fire is the same way. I know there's probably simulations using this position-based dynamics, and there's another part of it called like position-based fluids or whatever is the two technical terms they're using for this. Basically means each particle is reacting to what the other particle's doing.
Right.
And it's just complex algorithms and everything, I think. But I think fire is kind of the same way. It's really hard to replicate good-looking fire. No matter what. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen an example that has really done it justice.
Right.
I mean, I'd imagine something in a newer gen game, like maybe Far Cry 3 or, the new Tomb Raider. Or maybe the newest Assassin's Creed. I honestly don't know because I haven't played those yet. I haven't seen anything about them yet. I've been avoiding, so when I finally play them, there's no spoilers.
Right.
But maybe in a game like that, maybe they've gotten better. Everything's believable. And it's kind of hard to tell, but this just kind of shows how far we've come from way back when.
with little fire spaces. And little water that just like went.
Let's go back to Fishing Derby on the Atari. That reminds me, I still need to stop by my parents and get my Atari.
You need to grab that, man.
I have an Atari 2600 and Atari 5200 at home, and they both still work. They have their adapters and everything, and I have a bunch of games, but they've been sitting out in a shed in the weather for a while. So I mean, they're Ataris, so they can't really go bad. It's just like a chip and a piece of wood.
Well, okay.
That's pretty much what it is. They can go bad, but
of course
they're hardy. They're really hardy. They're from.
I mean, Nintendo? They build systems like a tank.
Oh yeah, it's just like.
Have you ever dropped a Nintendo system before?
Yes.
Did it still work?
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
The game didn't.
The Game Boy was a brick.
Yeah, the game didn't hiccup. I think I was playing Perfect Dark, and I got mad and pulled the controller, slid off the TV stand, and hit the ground, and the game never hiccuped.
Yeah.
That's what I love about cartridges is they have like 0 startup time. And you don't really have to worry about them hiccuping because...
The only problem with them...
Not a lot of storage.
Well, I mean, nowadays we could create... we have SD cards. We could create some cartridge-based things that would be amazing. The only issue is they need to have battery.
True.
So unless they had some way of providing power to the cartridges independently... Because I mean, it's not actually the getting power to the cartridge because they have to supply power to the cartridge anyway. But even inside the old system... But more the batteries that hold your save game. Right. That's a good point, yeah. So unless they had ways to have all save games stored on a system with the cartridges actually storing the game, which I'm sure that could be possible.
Oh, yeah.
I personally would be up for the return of cartridge gaming, personally.
Oh, yeah. I really miss it. Like, the 64 was probably one of my favorite systems.
I mean, we had a 64 right off
I
camera.
keep looking over.
Yeah, that's why I bet the people on the video it's like, is MC looking at Alex's feet? I'm like...
But yeah, like, the old saying, you know, your Xbox, it moved half an inch, your disc is ruined. And then Nintendo 64, oh, you dropped a fridge on me? Lol, like I care. They don't build them like they do used to.
Not quite.
Yeah, it's alright.
Alright, so let's talk about what's up. So, I've been watching some things.
Oh?
I've been watching Survivor and That 70s Show. You know, those are my current mainstays. We're done with Monk. That's out of my mainstays. But I've added something to my mainstays, which is My Name is Earl.
I thought your name was MC.
So the show is... I ain't got time for this.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
People are getting angry at me, and so the comments every time I make that reference are like, it's so bad, stop it. I'm like, be quiet. Am I hurting what you? I please. Am I hurting you with my ain't nobody got time for your complaints?
Screw the rules, I have money.
But yeah, I've been watching My Name is Earl, which is a show about a guy who's been basically a thief, a criminal, trailer trash most of his life, and basically decides, wait, maybe if I do good things will happen to me. You know, karma. And so he writes down everything badly he's ever done on a list, and he sets out to go correct it. And there's like a great cast of characters, and I really enjoy it, and it's good.
I've seen an episode or two, and I find it pretty humorous.
It's very good. Like there's some hilarious.
I'll have to get into it. I have to sit down and watch some, and get into it like I did Monk. Because I didn't like Monk at first. Every time I come, I'm just like, I'm gonna go do something else.
Yeah.
But then you sucked me in.
Yeah, Monk is such a good show. Like I mean, it's like it's just it's quiet. It's a little bit like of a boring show, but like the mysteries are good, and Monk is always just so. He's funny. Like it's like it was a quirky show, you know.
Yeah.
The little things he did.
Yeah.
Like he, he was being a what's it called? He was being like a secret agent or whatever, and he walks in the hotel room. I am touching the lamp. I can't stop touching the lamp. I'm still touching the lamp. Dear God, what's wrong with me? I'm still touching the lamp.
Yeah, it was a good series, and it had a good ending to it too. So
we're not going to talk about that.
Oh yeah,
we'll let them watch it. But tonight we're watching Legend of Link.
Yeah,
which I think I've talked about before, which is the fan film by Obsession Studios.
It's so bad, it's amazing.
It's very bad quality. The audio's trash. The video.
The acting is terrible, but
the acting is less than ideal. But the characters that they made and the lines they wrote.
No pants time.
They hit a home run with this script. And I've always wanted to redo it with like a really nice HD camera, getting some act. I don't care if the acting's bad because that's what kind of made it. You know.
I didn't find any rupees. There's none of my shoe.
So
that whole scene is my favorite part.
What I think I'm going to do, I might actually do some wacky streaming of like the living room as we all watch it.
I can deal with that.
But I'm not sure. We'll see.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Well, it'll be happening tonight, so I don't know when this podcast coming out. I think it's coming out then maybe 9 p.m. Okay. So it'll probably already have started. Sorry, but
sorry, not sorry.
I'll probably make an announcement or something. Twitter. And there's one other video that I watched, which is a blast from the past.
It was actually kind of amusing, I'm not gonna lie.
So Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario, at one of the E3s where they were talking about the Nintendo DS, that shows you first of all how old it was.
The original DS
Lite. They hooked him up to like a facial thing, like with a microphone, and so they had this big screen out on the show floor, like in the line for the Nintendo DS. And while you're waiting in line, you could just talk to Mario, and he was hilarious. He did like Gone with the Wind references, Star Wars references, and they bleeped him out with gold coins. It was like
I don't give a bing, a gold coin.
Exactly. So I don't think I'll have a link for that into the show notes. Just do a Google for Mario does impressions, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Or E3.
Something like that,
It's pretty good. What have you been watching?
I've been watching Firefly and Scrubs, the usual two, and CSI.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotten back into watching like guitar covers and playthroughs on YouTube.
You went out of it?
For a while, I just kind of just was focusing on watching Who's Line constantly. But just yesterday, one of my favorite guitar players and everything is See-Through Eye. I think that's how you say his last name. Mm-hmm. He lives in Scotland. I think he's Cambodian. But he writes this amazing like instrumental progressive like hard rock and metal. Mm-hmm. And he did a teaser of a solo of a new song he's working on off a new album. Mm-hmm. And he put up the teaser yesterday, and I'm just like, God, let me hear the album already. And listening to new bands and stuff like that, and finding them through YouTube and through recommended and everything, and
right.
Just going back through that and just watching the guitar playthroughs, and it's kind of humbling as a musician to watch these, because I think I'm just all so good, and then I watch these and just like, I don't know anything. I'm gonna go huddle with my acoustic guitar now.
Poor Alex.
But they're really cool. There's amazing musicians out there that do really cool work. Mm-hmm. And I've also been watching VGHS. I actually watched through on Netflix.
Video Game High School.
Yeah, Video Game High School, the Freddie Wong, Matt...
I don't know his name.
I don't remember the other guy he works with.
Poor guy.
I honestly don't remember his name.
He's always so overshadowed. He does a lot of work.
He does like a lot of the work on the channel and everything. But the series that they did, it's actually on Netflix. I was just bored, just browsing through, and I came upon the independent movies, and Video Game High School was one of them on there. I was like, they made it to Netflix. They did it. And I can't wait for season 2 because I really liked the first season. It was really well done.
I enjoyed it as well.
Oh, yeah. GG, Brian D.
That's good.
Yep.
I've been playing video games, too.
Video games? Blasphemy!
So I've been doing more Yoshi's Island runs. I'm hopefully going to be doing more of them. I've just been so busy as of the past this week.
Yeah, we've all been busy this week.
So I'm doing my usual LP games, Minecraft, Mother 3, Surgeon Simulator I've been getting into.
You can put your hands down now.
Poor Nurse Alex.
I was literally, when he said, I don't know if you've seen the video that I'm in. It was the third one, wasn't it?
Correct.
At the end, he's doing the brain surgery, and he's like, I need assistant or whatever, and I'm sitting there. I actually rolled up and I went, and I sat there like this, and he's like, you can put your hands down now, and I just kind of went, oh.
For those not watching the video version, Alex lowered his hands and dipped his head in defeat.
In sadness.
In defeat.
Yeah, I was defeated.
In defeat.
Yeah.
Defeat.
Defeat.
There's going to be people just watching this episode going...
They just watched it muted.
Some nice feet.
Damn feet.
Other than that, I have been praying.
I've been praying game.
I've been playing a Brawl mod called Project M.
Which is amazing.
It makes Brawl more like Melee, more fast-paced, more competitive. It's basically supposed to be the, esports variety of Brawl.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I was going to be a huge fan of it, but...
I love it. I thought I would hate it because I wasn't a huge fan of Melee, just the fast-paced, going from Brawl to Melee. Up at Penn State, I went with a bunch of friends back to their apartment, and we were, just hanging out, and we wanted to get into a Melee. And just play Melee. And I was just like, oh, yeah, I know I'm going to do good. I just got my butt handed to me because I wasn't used to how fast it was.
Right.
And now Project M comes out, everything's more balanced. There's not really...
It feels so smooth.
Oh, it's very smooth. It's a lot more fast-paced, but everything makes up for it.
Right, and it's something that you can practice at. Get better at.
Because we've actually improved, just in the
2 hours.
Yeah, the 2 hours we played the game.
Mm-hmm.
Our skills in Super Smash Bros. Have, I wouldn't say drastically improved, but there's definitely noticeable.
And we're evening out as well, which makes the battles
going
even
back
more
and forth.
Exactly.
It's always white knuckle,
we never
it
really
comes
know
down
who's
to
going to be
who
the
gets
winner.
the lucky hit at the end, who hits first.
Right.
It's always intense, and it's a good time.
And that's why I like it. It's quality, esports.
Yeah. It's like playing Mario Party, only you don't lose friends.
It's like Mario Party, except...
Oh, yeah, I won the last time we played Mario Party.
Hate you with a burning passion. If one of those freaking women just would have gave me some coins.
Nope.
Like, I was telling them, remember me sitting down, I was like looking at them, like, if you do not give me coins, he wins. You can't win.
Alex.
Neither one of you
Ladies, man.
can win. It is impossible for you to win. I am giving you the science of Mario Party. You and you cannot win. It's me or him. Do you want it to be him? If not, give me the money and we'll make an upcoming victory. Because he's smirking over there all smiling.
And notice I didn't say anything that entire time. You were talking, which they wanted you to shut up, I think. And that's why they didn't do it. Because they were sick of the game and they just wanted it to be over. That was probably a deciding factor. I don't know. I'm not going to get into it.
We need more people who are serious about their Mario partying. It's not... Parties are not fun.
Mario Party should bleed, blisters, and lose friends.
Exactly. We need to get some strategy in here.
I got blisters on my fingers.
What have you... I'm losing my religion.
So I've been playing, the usual World of Warcraft, Team Fortress 2, and Indigo Prophecy. And I busted out the PS2 to play Indigo Prophecy. And
you've been talking about that freaking game every week. Please, don't drag it on.
Okay, I'm not gonna go.
I know you and your Quantum Dream.
Quantic Dream, yeah, I love. And Andy's actually gonna let me borrow Heavy Rain when he can find it. Because we were talking about it on the way to going back and forth. Yeah, it's in a box somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And we found a bunch of games, but we didn't find that one. The PS3 games are just scattered amongst different boxes. But I'm gonna be playing through that. I might even stream the playthrough. I don't know.
We can.
Well, it's a very graphic game. It's a very graphic game too.
Well, doesn't matter.
True. But on the PS2, I've been playing a couple of my favorites. A Need for Speed Most Wanted game. That's my favorite Need for Speed game, racing game. You know, getting car chases with cops. Spike strips and everything.
Isn't that the one with the go-karts?
No, that's Driver.
Oh,
Driver
okay.
3.
Yeah,
that's actually another game I'm playing. Is Driver 3.
That's the derpy. I love that game. It's so hilarious.
I know. I want to we kind of want to mess around to see if we could glitch it and speedrun the game because it's
definitely possible.
I've never actually beat the game, so I don't know what the win condition is. But you can glitch the game so easily.
I mean, this game is begging to have out of bounds clips in it.
Yeah, like. The one I was on a boat and I let go of the steering wheel on the boat and it shot me back like 60 feet into the water. Like when I let go of the steering wheel, like I just teleported.
Right.
And weird stuff like that. But it's a fun game. Like there's a newer one out, Driver San Francisco. I think it's on Steam, and that came out like a year ago. And I want to play it, but it's still probably pretty expensive.
Likely.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm kind of getting a little sleepy.
I know, me too.
What? Oh, we'd stay up.
We can. Project M for 2 hours. Let's do it.
Oh, man. When this thing's done...
Yes.
We got the Wii U right up there?
Oh, yes.
Heck
yeah. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Can we get a sound clip of that?
Yeah.
Post that to the subreddit and smoke it.
That is gonna be our new phrase to anything. Post that to the subreddit and smoke it. Speaking of subreddits, we came across explain like Doctor Who or no Dr. Cox. If you've ever watched Scrubs, you know the infamous Dr. Cox.
Right.
You know the cocky jerk who goes on these amazing rants and does all this crazy stuff. They go
on and on and on and on and on.
There is a subreddit called Explain Like Dr. Cox.
DR.
Yeah, DR Cox. And somebody posts a question or whatever, and in the comments, people respond as if they were Dr. Cox, and these are amazing. They're just pure gold. Everyone I've read, I have not been disappointed on. Like I read the one while we were setting up. And it was just beautiful. Mm-hmm. I encourage you to check them out. They're really cool.
It's good. So,
it's the questions cover like just modern day like pop culture things too. It's just like, why is Dr. House always angry? Whatever was the question I read. And it was like this 2-paragraph rant about Dr. House and JD.
Daphne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Daphne.
So, if you want to have some stuff submitted to the show, you can do that. We every week we take comments and questions in our email box, and we respond to some of them.
Yep.
Give you guys the spotlight, and you can email us anything.
Yep.
At temporarypodcast@gmail.com. That email is inside the show notes, as always. You can give us anything. You can give us, what can you give us?
Art, audio, video questions, text questions. Be creative.
I mean, we can't accept everything. We have our limits. And we try to keep it like to 2-3
we can't
submissions a week.
We can't go carrier pigeon mail. Well, we probably could.
Send it to P.O. Box 1418, Meadville, Pennsylvania, 16335.
Yes.
And your carrier pigeons, just tell them to land at the P.O. Box and insert them in the P.O. Box. Come get the key from my house. Just tell the carrier pigeon.
We open up the P.O. Box. It's just a dead pigeon. It's like, well done. Alright. So we have a couple questions here. If you want to go ahead and read the first one.
Oh, sure. Hello, MC and Alex. It's Matthew again.
Hi!
Thank you for saying you're sorry, Alex, about My Little Pony.
Yeah.
I have a few questions. Do you like fighting games?
I do.
We were just talking about Project M tonight.
Yeah.
We play some Street Fighter occasionally.
Yeah.
We need to get into that. Like, we need some serious practice on it if we wanted to get good.
I suck at Street Fighter.
So do I. I mean, everybody sucks at Street Fighter unless you know how to do the combos.
Yeah. Oh.
If so, what is your favorite? Probably Smash Bros. For me.
I would have to say the Soul Calibur series.
Oh yeah, you have.
I'm a huge fan of Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
I haven't played them in a long time. I actually have 3 for the PS2.
Oh, do you?
Yes. Okay. I just have to find it.
Oh.
I think it's in the one box I have in the attic. I'm pretty sure because that's
we
where
need to get all those games down here.
I think I have all my games down, but I have to go up and check.
Yeah. We gotta master the collection.
Soul Calibur 3 was probably one of my favorite games. Fighting style.
So Matthew says mine is BlazBlue. Google it.
Okay.
We'll Google it later.
Yeah.
One more. What is your favorite song from any game?
Favorite song from any game? Oof. That's
a really hard question. That's like saying, what is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Okay.
I would probably still have to go with the Gerudo Valley theme from Ocarina of Time.
It's that... I mean, there's a lot of songs that I've been very emotional about. Like when they play... They really, really hit me.
They strike your heart chords.
What's it called? The remix. I hope remixes count for this. Because there's it's called "Rhyme of the Wandering Seafarer," which is a Wind Waker remix.
Oh, okay.
And it's so intense. Like that one like goes like really deep with me. I wish they'd get that guy to come to the Zelda Symphony.
Yeah.
But the Mother 3 Love theme always gets me.
Naturally. Watch the Let's Play.
Naturally.
We're
night elves. If you get the reference. Woohoo!
Yeah!
Oh man, I'm sorry, spiking audio. I'm so... Oh my god.
Back away from the microphone. So he just goes like this. Because you're kind of off camera.
Oh, okay. So, I don't really have a favorite. It's so hard for me to choose, but it'd most likely be a Zelda song.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of jumping the chase there to say the Gerudo Valley theme, but that's really the only thing that comes to mind that sticks with me as a song.
You're really getting stuffy there.
Yeah, I've been stuffy this whole time. My nose has been running.
Well, I can hear it now.
Yeah. Sorry about that, audience. It's something I don't choose to have.
It's cool. It's fine.
So yeah, I'd say probably the Gerudo Valley theme.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Because that's the only song I can think of that sticks with me.
Thank you, Matthew, for your questions. Thank you for being a long-time listener. And we actually have another question from another person who we've actually had an audio question from before. He's here.
Blazion212 asked the question, said, "Wouldn't you know it, I'm becoming a regular questionnaire. I want to say I'm loving the podcast. MC, Rice, you both have awesome personalities, and thanks
Are
for
awesome personalities.
Are awesome. Well, whatever.
I don't have an awesome personality.
You are an awesome personality.
I am MC freaking Gamer. Post that to the subreddit and smoke it.
And thanks for taking time to talk with us every week, you know. Anyway, a question.
Occasionally every week.
Yeah. What would be one of the most memorable gaming memories? Thanks again, Lazy on 212.
Okay, I got one already. So there's something that, like, the nostalgia factor is something for me that I've had, like, is very important for me with the games. Where if there's a point after it comes out where I like physically feel I want to play again, or if there's something that reminds me of that moment when I got to experience the game, and like it made me really, you know, feel in touch with that moment of when I played the game for the first time, want to play it again. That nostalgia factor is huge for me. Recently, I discovered I had nostalgia for Skyward Sword, which is a huge thing for me. I don't have nostalgia for playing Twilight Princess. I don't remember where I played Twilight Princess for the first time. I don't remember like how I played it. But I remember, like, how I played Skyward Sword, and I recently had, like, this lust for that moment where, because the week, you remember what I did.
Yeah, you played through,
like, I got my 42-inch TV for this game.
Yeah.
I bought a box of Amazon, like from their grocery section, full of snacks.
Yeah. And
I put down my mattress on the floor, and put this thing right there. I hooked up my surround sound system to the Wii, and
played it.
I played it entirely through over the course of like 2-3 days. Yeah. Like I grinded this game hardcore.
I actually remember filming the updates.
Yeah,
way back for the old YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. And it was just right now, like it's like a magical moment for me because like I'm actually looking back at that like when I played that, and I'm like, wow, this was really, like, something that I really love, and I kind of want to play Skyward Sword again because of that. But going back more to nostalgia is, like, sometimes about how, like, the taste or smell things can sometimes even remind you of the game.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
In a moment. There's a smell. I don't know what the smell is. I think it's like, you know that stuff you put on carpets occasionally before you vacuum?
Yeah, the carpet cleaner.
Is it the carpet cleaner?
Yeah, the powder carpet cleaner.
And I
think it's usually called Resolve.
Like, it's not like it wasn't cleaner. This one was actually like just scented stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like to make your carpet smell better. And I remember the one day, it was the first time I played Ocarina of Time, actually. Yeah, Ocarina of Time.
Well, not to interrupt you, but you know what they say is smell is one of the strongest senses based in memories.
Right.
Like, every now and then, I have a smell, and it like almost makes me want to break it down in tears, just because memories that come back associated with that specific smell. Mm-hmm. It smells cucumber melon. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you more about that later. But smell is a huge part of your memories,
right?
Which that would explain like the nostalgia with the game.
Like when I smell that, like because what we did is we rented Ocarina of Time from
Blockbuster.
Actually, it was Giant Eagle when they had the video store. They had all the N64 games back in the day, and
I still remember the Eagle's Nest, like the place.
And so we rented Ocarina of Time. We brought it home, and I had built a fort out of couch cushions before we went there.
Awesome.
And so like I remember the moment where my mom had just vacuumed, like so we had got like so the timeline events was. Vacuum, carpet cleaning, pillow fort, gets game, comes back to all the cushions on the floor smelling great, sitting down on the living floor. You know how I like to play games on the floor a lot of times, and I like to get on the floor and like on my carpeting. I think it has to do with like how I played back then. Like I didn't play in chairs, I used to sit on the floor in front of the TV.
Yep.
And I played Ocarina of Time for the first time, and so whenever I smell that carpet cleaner like smell, like it just like brings back such good memories of. Like, I can't really remember how it went, but just... I remember hearing the song, even, and I was probably like 10, 11, or a little bit younger than that, and it was just kind of like, it's really weird, the smell, I can just like, I feel myself like sitting down on the carpet and hearing the song. It's like, so that was a great moment for me, so...
There are two games that really stick with me, nostalgia-wise. and that would be the original Star Tropics for the N64, or not N64, the NES.
Right.
And because my grandmother was a huge NES gamer, she had Star Tropics 1 and 2, Tetris, Mario, Duck Hunt, just all of these NES games, and she knew, like, she had all the TMNT games, both of them. She knew the cheat codes, she knew how to beat the game, and she'd beaten these games like 20 times over. Like, she was a hardcore NES gamer for like 20 years. Which I think is still awesome. Like, she still plays every now and then, but not as often as she should, because she's a diehard Penguins and Steelers fan. Like, she has season tickets, I think.
Yeah.
Or she watches them at home, and like, the one day I called her to thank her for something, she's like, not now, I'm in the middle of a game, and hung up. And she's like, okay, I'll go back later.
I'll come back later.
Sweet little Greek lady is just obsessed. But,
housekeeping.
remember playing it, I was probably like 5 or 6, watching my brother play the original Star Tropics. And, like, just the music associated with the game, just, I can play through it in my head, just the music of the game. Even 2, like, watching the playthrough, like, since I'd seen the game back when I was that young, I hadn't seen it or played it or anything with it until I saw the guy doing at Summer Games Done Quick.
Awesome Games Done Quick.
Or Awesome Games Done Quick, yeah. Him doing the speedrun of that. And just hearing all the sounds and, like, all the seeing all the sprites and everything and just the scenarios just brought back a wave of memories when I was younger. And another game that does that is... I don't know if it's very rare, but I haven't seen it that often. I couldn't remember the name for the longest time. Maniac Mansion.
Ah, Maniac
for the
Mansion.
NES.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I remember sitting in our living room on our huge, we had it was like a 30-inch like analog TV.
Yeah.
And we had this thing for years. Like, it had a swivel. Like, this thing was heavy.
Yeah, that's the same one I played Ocarina of Time on.
Yeah.
Like, it
It had the, like, not digital, but it didn't have a knob.
Exactly. You had one of those old TVs where it sits on the floor.
Yeah, it had like a base like this big, and it was probably about this big, but it had like
it was this thick. Mine back in the day.
It was huge.
Exactly.
And it weighed like 80 pounds. But
More than that.
I remember watching Andy play Maniac Mansion and just I found an emulator. I found an emulator in college and played it in my calculus class in college, and just sitting there, and I was just like, I had my headphones in, and I'm just kind of like I put my head back, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is like the first game I remember ever playing and falling in love with, and for a long time, I couldn't remember the name of the game. Like, I could remember vague parts of it, but Andy couldn't remember it all. He had no idea. And I wanted for it was like 8 or 9 years, I've been trying to find the name of this game, and then I was sitting on my laptop in the middle of Lawrence Hall, which is the dorm hall I lived in, and I don't know if I was looking through a list of ROMs, whatever, but I found one, like, I was just clicking on them, and just looking at the box art for each one, and I had to find this game, and I knew it was an NES game, and I finally found it, and I almost broke down in tears, like, at sitting in because I had been looking for this game for years, and I finally found it, and I want to find a physical copy of it.
Oh yeah, we can get one of those.
I really want to.
I don't know how.
eBay.
So yeah, I mean, games like that, like there are moments where it's kind of like it brings you back, you know.
Yeah.
And those aren't exactly gaming memories.
$10.
I tried to type in Maniac Mansion, and I got CPR Mannequin.
Maniac CPR Mannequin. I mean, for about $20 is the average price I'm seeing.
Oh wow, we can grab ourselves one of these one of these days. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sealed factory shipping box, new uncirculated for $500. I want. PC. They made it for PC too. $150. Oh my god. Just even the box art, like knowing that, like at the end, you get in the car out of the garage and you the car turns into a rocket and you just fly away.
I mean,
oh my god, just parts of this game.
Like over there, we have the Super Mario 64 cartridge. Like the art on that's nostalgic.
Oh, definitely.
Like just like this, like these small things about these old video games, like bring us back. It's so cool. That's why I really love gaming. You know,
there's a T-shirt.
Hold on, Alex is losing all of his
money.
Buy
it now for $14. I want one.
I want
so bad.
I want to go to there.
I may end up buying one of them before the night's over.
No.
But it has money.
No, you don't. Resist. Your money is a lie. Remember that. So we had a weekly poll last week. Moving on, we're this is gonna be a long episode. The question last week was, how many games discussed at the recent Nintendo Direct are you going to buy? And we got Alex just.
I'm just ignore me for a second here.
And we got some. The results are the following.
Oh my God.
This is the wrong image. I'm like, yes, the government will have the ability to pull your recording.
Wait. There's a Lucasfilm fan club magazine for Maniac Mansion. Behind the scenes on Lucasfilm's new series, Maniac Mansion. What?
Alex, how many?
1990. There was a series? Oh my God.
Yo.
I'm bookmarking this. Yes. Okay, sorry. Let's get back to the...
How many games discussed at the recent Nintendo Direct are you going to buy? 17% says none of them. About 23% says very few of them. 42% say a fair majority of them, 3 to 6. 12% say almost all of them, 7 more. And 5% say all of them.
So most of them are going to get a few.
They're going to get a few. So we see definitely who is definitely not inside our Nintendo fan base there. We got about 17%. Because I don't think at that Nintendo Direct, if there wasn't at least one game that you wanted for that out there, then you either don't have a Wii U or you're not a Nintendo fan.
Or you're doing something wrong.
Or, yeah, I mean, well, I'm just saying, like, there's like almost no way you couldn't like one of those games that they showed on that one. Like, there had to be at least something for everybody, in my opinion.
If you have a soul.
I find it really interesting that 42% of people say 3 to 6 of them.
I actually even voted in this poll.
Oh, what did you say?
About 36.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
the average.
You are part of the 42%.
42.
I know, aren't you happy about
42! Don't panic.
The exact percentage is 42.42%.
Are you serious?
I'm not even joking right now.
Oh my God.
And that was 42 of the votes.
This makes me very, very happy.
Without you, it would have been 41 votes, and it would have been all distorted.
It wouldn't be as awesome.
Exactly.
3 42s. This must be saying something.
Nobody knows.
I don't know.
I'll be buying a good share of the games, probably not all of them, and I probably be inside that 42% as well.
Yeah.
So our question this week is what, Alex?
Would you be more likely to subscribe to an MMO if it was purchasable through Steam?
So, right now, let's say you don't like, you're not subscribed to World of Warcraft. You don't want World of Warcraft. But if it was on Steam and you had the ease of it's already inside your Steam library, would that influence your decision to maybe go for it? Let us know inside the poll.
World of Warcraft probably wouldn't be introduced in Steam, I'd imagine.
Well,
Blizzard
no,
would
no,
probably
no,
be
no,
like,
no. Well, I mean,
yeah, just
for the
as an
sake
example.
of the poll.
As an example.
For the
right.
sake
For
of
the
the
sake
poll.
of the poll.
For the sake of the poll.
Directly to you.
Directly to you. Thank you all for watching.
Yeah.
This week on the Temporary Podcast, we've been doing great. This episode, what number is this? Like 9?
8.
8?
Yep, this is episode 8.
Episode 8. We've done 8 of these things.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about the show.
Oh,
so
yeah.
far. And I like how we evolved from having like 3 static images to like 10 static images to video.
To chill video.
To like, and then we started to digress. We're like, yeah, screw this.
Whoa, just go back old school.
I was just taking a nap.
Yeah.
I like how the start of this episode, you were basically taking a nap.
Yeah. I've been varying my position throughout the whole thing. Like, depending on how intense I'm talking about the topic, I changed my position. Like, we started out, I was like down back in here.
I want to see the episode of the podcast where it's like,
oh, we music.
Make sure you comment and vote inside our weekly poll. You can find us on RSS, iTunes, all that good stuff.
Yay!
Check the show notes. Make sure if you want to help out support the show, you can purchase an advertising spot.
Oh.
Help support the show. Get your YouTube channel all advertised up in this.
Oh.
You okay over there, man?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah. I was emulating a little bit of Schwiggin there. So.
A little bit of what?
Schwiggin, the Source movie maker guy.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
He's a guy that used to. He hasn't posted. Well, he posted one video.
We need to end this.
Yes. Yeah. I'll talk about that next time.
We'll see you guys next time on
The Temporary
Podcast.